Yes, we are back. It's the end of the week. It's Friday night. It's really late, but I'm still fanning. You know why I'm fanning? Because it's so cold in New York right now. Anyway, thank you for joining us for another episode of RoRo After Midnight. It is on Mondays through Fridays, 9 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Central, and midnight Eastern. You can follow me on Facebook. You can stalk me on. You know what? You can stalk me. It's okay. You can follow me on Facebook at www.facebook.com/RoRo the Tenor, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel at Filipino Tenor. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at RoRo the Tenor. Also, if you are a nice person, please show your support via Venmo at RoRo the Tenor. These fans are not free. But, I don't spend it on my own expenses, but it's nice to have these production value going on. So, yeah, and then help out this little Filipino boy. Anyway, stay safe, get vaccinated, and keep wearing masks whenever possible. Okay? So, today's Friday. This is the first time I'm having a twofer as a guest. So we are going to bring you, without further ado, I am going to bring you our two guests for our show, Mr. John Coleman and Peggy Stenger on RoRo After Midnight. And there they are. Look at that. How are you guys doing?
Good. Doing well, Rodell.
Yeah, cool. So anyway, these are our stage managers, John Coleman, right there. I'm like trying to see right there, and of the Metropolitan Opera, and stage manager there, Peggy Stenger of Lyric Opera of Chicago. So it's like John and I are in the same city right now, so we know the weather. How's the weather in Chicago? I heard it was like -1 already. No?
Oh, no, I'm in Texas.
You're in Texas. Okay.
Yes,
oh, so it's very warm.
It's beautiful.
It's very warm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we start talking about everything, this is a section of the program where we call it Joke of the Day. Joke of the Day Spit Take Edition. You loving my little bumps here and there, huh? See? Have you ever been in a show like this before? No. So I'm going to ask both of you to take a sip of your drink, keep it in your mouth, and then when I'm done with the punchline, you can either swallow it or spit it. Wink, wink. All right. Are you ready for this? I was dreaming of having diarrhea when I woke up. That's when shit got real. Oh, come on. And that was our Joke of the Day. Awesome. Did you like that one? Come on. These are the kind of, believe it or not, guys, these are the kind of language that stage managers are capable of saying, but they don't. In their minds, they're like, no, we can't say that. But in our minds, yeah, we're saying it. Anyway, he's like pleading the fifth. I love how John is pleading the fifth. Or is he frozen? He's not frozen. He looked frozen. Anyway, today's topic is, do you know where you're going to? Very appropriate for stage managers, right?
Indeed.
I know. So this is the part where I ask everyone. Everyone has to take turns talking about themselves a little. And this is what I call me, myself, and misery. What does that mean? So me, myself, and misery. I want you guys to talk about where you guys are born and raised, where you guys, just where you went to school, if you like, where do you live now, if you have family, a little bit about that. And then I'll talk, and then after you tell us about you, tell us the misery part is tell us your most traumatic experience being a stage manager in so far in your career, like something happened that you're like, oh my god, so that every time you're in that position, every time in a show you're thinking that kind of goes back. So we'll start with Peggy. So tell us about you, yourself, and your misery.
Well, I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. I spent my high school years in an all-girls Catholic boarding school where I was going to become a nun.
Mhm.
But when I went off to college, I found the theater department, and that was the end of the nunhood for me. So I graduated with a degree from the University of Cincinnati College Conservatory of Music and went
Mhm.
off to start my opera career as soon as I graduated at Houston Grand Opera. And I've had a lovely career ever since.
Awesome. And what about family? You got family?
I have family in Cleveland. We live in Chicago and in Cleveland. We have places in both cities. Well, south
Mhm.
of Cleveland, actually. But nobody knows where Cuyahoga Falls is, so I might as well just say Cleveland.
And
And
nor they
that's where
know how
most
to
of my
spell it.
family is. What?
Nor they know how to spell it.
No, nobody knows how to spell it. I mean, most people can't pronounce it. So
Oh, and what about what do you think it would be like so far on top of your head, your most traumatic moment?
I would have to be the final dress rehearsal of Der Meistersinger at the Lyric Opera of Chicago, where the young actor gentleman caught his face on fire.
Oh my God. Were you guys
Yeah.
both there for that?
Yeah, John was in the
Yes,
audience, weren't you, John? At
Oh,
the
I was in the
rehearsal.
audience.
Yeah.
That was
oh my
a pretty.
God.
Not a good day. No.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, now we're gonna go to John. Tell us about you, yourself, and your misery.
Well, I was born in Chicago and grew up in Hinsdale, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. And I went to school downstate Illinois at University of Illinois as an acting major, and woke up pretty soon and said, "What the heck am I doing?" And wandered down the hall to the tech department and got involved in stage management and never turned back. Um, and I live in New York now. Spent a lovely 31 years at the Lyric Opera of Chicago, and it's recently started at the Metropolitan Opera, which is great. And most traumatic experience, I would have to say, was I think the boat sick dress rehearsal at Chicago when a chorister fell into the trap. That
Oh,
was pretty brutal day. Fortunately, all okay, like the actor in Meistersinger, but one of those moments where um, that or the other most traumatic time again when I was at a rehearsal of Ballo in the early '90s, and Giulio Favario, who used to be the chorus master, stepped through the pit scrim and fell into the pit.
oh,
Oh my.
That was also a pretty traumatic day.
wow. Well, one of the things I can tell you is it's like, there's things happen in the theater and that, sometimes it happens during rehearsals and we can't even talk about it on social media because in a way you're like, you didn't really sign confidentiality, but those are the stuff where it's like, you don't talk about stuff like, but all I can say is when things like that happen, especially during rehearsal, I can tell you when those happen and you're in a long rehearsal, instead of getting a 30-minute break and it's in the middle of the rehearsal, you're like, okay, guys, we're going on like a 50-minute break. And it's like, oh no, because you got to take care of everything and you don't even know if it's good. If are we going to finish the rehearsal? So I understand that. Now, for the next topic is your earliest memory of your first time. It's like, oh my God, that's a lot of shade going on. So basically, my fans, all right? I had so many fans. What is your memory of the first time you ever stage managed? Like, who wants to go? I'll get John first.
Okay, in high school, there's a two-person show called Duet for One, and I think it was my senior year of high school, and they asked if I wanted to stage management, and I said sure. and I didn't know what I was doing, but I wrote down the blocking and put in the cues and called them, and it was like, hey, this is great. This is kind of fun, and I like being in rehearsals, and I don't have to memorize everything.
And where was the first time? Where was the first professional stage managing that you ever did? Do you remember?
First, I mean, if you like out of school,
yeah, the one where it's like they give you the big bucks.
Well, yeah, I don't know if it was the big bucks, but I did a season at the Kentucky Shakespeare Festival. I did 3 shows, summer stock, 3 shows. We did Hank Sank, Midsummer Night's Dream, and Lear. So and it was a great experience.
That's awesome. And what about you, Peggy?
Well, I think the very first time I actually was a stage manager was in college, although I was an assistant stage manager on a production of the play we won't name. And because I was the one who had to follow the book, I learned every single line of the freaking play. Thankfully, I can't still recite that whole play. But my first professional, actually calling stage manager was really lucky for me. It was a production of Tosca with Ava Martone and Placido Domingo.
Wow.
With absolutely no rehearsals.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
you just went with the book.
They both arrived at like the day. She came the day before the dress, and he arrived the afternoon of the dress rehearsal.
So basically, you just went with the book, and that's it.
They just did whatever they wanted. I don't even remember what they were supposed to do. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So for people that the play that would never name, I actually have a word for that. It's called pack bell. Pack bell is, if I say pack bell, they know exactly which one it is. Oh my God, we're doing pack bell. Oh, okay, good. So just so you know, if people want to find something. Now this is for both of you. Now Peggy goes first. What was your favorite show to call? Like you actually enjoyed the opera or the musical that you're actually in? Because I've talked to a lot of people. They said, oh yeah, I like doing this show. I mean, I've heard that from you guys. It's just, I want to know what your favorite is. Do you remember? John, if you want to. Yeah.
Oh, John, you go first.
Oh, it wasn't my turn. Hard to say because, it's there's a lot of fun, good shows. You do some really good projects. I think shows that I've really enjoyed calling when we did Ghost of Versailles at Lyric Opera Chicago.
Wow,
that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
And also I did an Electra with Gertz Friedrich in the early 90s, and that was pretty great. So anytime you do the ring cycle, that's
always like fun,
thrill and terror at the same time.
Yeah, that's awesome. What about you, Peggy?
I think one of my most favorites was actually a show where I only called the follow spots, and I called the follow spots for Sweeney Todd at the Houston Grand Opera. Right after it had left Broadway, Houston managed to acquire the production. And I called 5 follow spots, which at the time for me was crazy. I thought this is ridiculous, but it was incredibly fun. Yeah. Speaking
of calling, I found this little clip here, and then we're just going to show, in case people are wondering, what are they talking about calling? I found this on YouTube. It's a good thing it's not popular music, or else they're going to mute my broadcast. But here it is. Are you guys ready for this? This is like
maybe.
Wait. Maybe. What's going on? Why? Oh, wait. There's a second. Oh, no. I'm like clicking on some stuff. So when we talk about calling, it's not about being a nun, but this is what we talk about when we said, oh, we're calling a show.
All right, we have our places. We have the house. Let's stand by, please, for lights 243 through 271.5. Sound 190. Go. Lights 243 and sound 200. Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Three Musketeers.
Look at her face.
Ready for Act 2?
Lights 251.
Do you guys do that too?
Act 2.
Lights 252.
Set to music.
Go. Lights 253.
Happening to our characters between the acts. We open with D'Artagnan and the
Go.
Musketeers.
Sliders. Go.
War on the Cardinal. Lush romantic.
Lights 255 and sound 205.
Men run off in different directions,
Go.
revealing me, the king,
Lights.
tending to his bees.
Go.
The musketeers and the cardinal's guards continue to fight.
Lights 257. Go.
And that is what calling is for other people. But for you guys, you call other stuff, just not just lights. I mean, you're calling a lot of stuff, you know.
Oh yeah.
We call. I mean, there's more scenic moves probably.
Yeah, but
and in opera, we tend to call people, do more pages, calling people to the stage. There's usually more follow spots and things like that. So it's technically more diverse.
yeah, so that's just an example of calling. But in opera, you call lights, you call scenery, you call the performers, you call scene changes and all that. But that's anyway. That's what we're here for. Oh wait, I think there's some breaking news right now. Wait a second, somebody wants to jump in right now. Be right back.
This is the Dara Report.
RoRo here for the Dara Report. As the weather gets colder, I suggest you purchase the fleece-lined pants on Amazon.com.
And that was the Dara Report.
You guys like that one? See, I told you, it's a totally different show. My show is amazing. It's like trying to get reactions from like John and Peggy here. Anyway, for those of you who are just joining us, you are watching
RoRo after midnight.
There you go. Now we go to our second part of our show. So this is called Pet Peeves. I think I put it under Pet Peeves, but also want to share with us, both of you, pet peeves and what is the most what annoys you also from choristers, from soloists, because I doubt the dancers really annoy you because they're always so, I don't know, I always feel like they're organized, they're like, oh, they're a group, oh my god, they're very behaved, and the ones that are usually not behaved are the soloists and the choristers. So who wants to start on this one?
Peggy has pet cats. I don't think either of us have pet peeves.
But what's your pet peeve, and what really bugs you, like what performers do, like when there's, I know, for example, oh my god, it's like stop walking towards the sidelines, things like that. But for you, what would be the one that really bugs you?
You mean like when the people leave the room, when you're about a minute away from the end of the break, and then the people go to the bathroom, like that?
So that's one of them.
Yeah. Like
what about
that?
What about you? It's like, what about backstage? You know what I mean?
Oh, you mean like when they go over to the prop cart and pick up all the other people's props and play with them, like that?
Yes.
Like
See,
that?
we want to hear that. What about you, John? You have like something?
Being on time, being late. I mean,
Oh my
when you got a room full of 100 people and you're waiting on one person because you can't do your rehearsal, that's pretty tough for everybody.
Yeah.
I remember being in the program. Oh my God, John. This is one memory I know. I don't know which production this was. Remember when you called me at like 11 a.m. Hey, Ro, where are you? We have rehearsal.
Oh no.
I was in bed at 11 a.m. So I just put clothes on, took a cab. I was there at 11:30. But I was glad that I was there only 30 minutes and not a whole freaking hour. And then, we're on break. But yes, I know John. John, I remember John. You're 1 minute late. I remember him saying that. Oh my God, it's so picky. But you know what? It does matter. especially, it does matter that's one of the things that a lot of my teachers, some people say you should be trained in college, but at the same time, when it comes to emergencies, an emergency is an emergency. And I think some people in colleges, when they have emergencies, they don't get a pass. Some of the directors still say, well, you're late. I don't care if you have an emergency. It's like, dude, if in the real world, if it's a real emergency, they actually say, you know what, we understand. Don't, because there are colleges that are too strict. They said, well, they do that in the real world. It's like, yeah, anyway. Are those the only pet peeves you have? So anyway.
The only ones we're allowed to talk about.
The only ones I'll talk about.
I love this.
It's less the being late. It's the communication that we know as soon as it's going to happen so that we can plan something else.
No, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to mention something and you tell me if it's like one that bothers you, because I see this in performers. When, I know. Has any of the performers ever, because I wanted to do this in my mind only, has ever tried to joke around and while you're saying stand by and then a performer say go instead of you guys? Have you ever experienced that?
Not to that extent, but I think people realize that something like that could not only jeopardize the artistic product, which we're all working towards, but it could endanger somebody. I think
at least I know, because in my mind I'm always saying stand by. This is one question. How come there's a word called stand straight, right? And then there's a word stand by. How come there's no stand gay?
That's true, and we're working on that as well.
We need to. We definitely. This is on the diversity side of things,
some shade.
We're definitely going to fix that.
Thank you.
Interestingly, Rodell, though, warning was always for electrical things, and standby was always for carpentry or props or grips and things like that.
I see.
So the electricians were not so much into the buy as the carpenters were. So that's just so you know.
Hey, Peggy, if either of you call me on a show, can you just say warning? Rodell, warning. What did I do? I want to hear that. It's like warning on Rodell. It's like, wait, is it I'm being warned or people are being warned of me?
Both, Rodell.
All right. So the last part of these questions are advice to future production staff, meaning it's not just once they go to school, they do this. What are the professional advice that differ sometimes from one company to another, or that they have to remember? You have to remember to keep in mind this, regardless of the company you're in, whether it's, I guess for singers, it's like gossip or like professionalism or getting the correct information. So what are your advice for people who want to go that route? So let's start with Peggy. Yay.
The one thing I always tell young production staff people is to always respect absolutely everybody that you come in contact in the building. Every single person is important in the process, even if they're cleaning the bathrooms or sweeping the floors, or they're the soprano. Everybody deserves the exact same respect.
Got it. What about you, John?
Well, I mean, what we do is 95% process and 5% product. But what the public comes to see is the 5% product. And I think parallel to that there's not one way to get there. There are multiple ways to get there, and everywhere you go, there's going to be a different journey you take to get to that final product. And it's not right and wrong. It's getting to the final product in a safe manner that's respectful. And that if you open yourself up to different ways of doing things, you're going to expand your tool belt and be able to be better at your craft.
Awesome. So wherever you go, you better work it. Well, thank you. But okay, we are almost.
Did
to
you
the
call
end.
us butt?
I know we are almost
You
to the
did.
end of our show. However, there's always a part of the show that hopefully you guys are game to do because we are now into our what is it? Our pickup line of the day. Okay, guys, this pickup line of the day is a twofer. We're gonna start with Peggy right here. All right. Can you see the chat? You're gonna see the chat. This is for Peggy, by the way. Okay, not John. This is for Peggy.
I don't get to see Peggy's chat.
No, everyone gets to see the chat.
Okay.
So, do you see the chat? Private chat?
I'm not. I don't think so.
It's somewhere there in the screen.
I see words at the bottom of the screen. It says pickup line of the day. It's a twofer.
Yeah, but you don't see
No.
press your screen, no?
No.
There's-
I'm on an iPad. Does that make a difference?
No. I think you should someone used a phone and it's one of those what do you see, John?
I see. Do you have a pencil? Because I
No, don't say it. It's not
Oh.
you. That one. Do you see that one?
Yeah. No, I don't see that.
Oh, so what I'm
No.
gonna do is
Oh no.
You're an iPad?
I'm on an iPad.
Right. So what I'm gonna do
Yeah, off
is
to the side, there's a picture of me, but it says you're in the show and everyone can see and hear you. That's all it says.
oh. I'm actually gonna text it. I am texting this to Peggy right now.
Are you texting to my cell phone number?
Yes, get your cell phone number.
Oh boy.
Peggy, where are you in Texas?
Austin for
Oh,
another
nice.
week and a half. Or another week, really.
Oh my God, I don't have your number. Wait, I do. I do have your number. Look at these. I was like, yes. Wait, no, I don't have your number.
I
Never
don't think
mind.
I have. You can send me a
no.
message in Facebook.
There you go. There you go. Have you received it?
Yes.
Now I want you to say, okay, so what is our pickup line, Peggy? Say it to us.
Say this out loud, what you just texted
Yes, of
me.
course. Yes.
Do you have a pencil? Because I want to erase your past and write out our future.
Yes. Now it's now this.
That's hot.
Oh my God.
You know what? I got to be tame with you guys. I have some really, really raunchy ones. It's like, nope. It's like, nope. And this is for John. John, are you ready for your pickup line?
I don't think so. Go
Here
ahead.
we go. Go ahead.
A whole deck of cards, and somehow I pulled me a queen.
Yes. Thank you. That, ladies and gentlemen, was our
What was
And-
Nathan Gunn's pickup line?
and we have come to the end of our show. Thank you very much, the two of you, for taking your time, your busy schedule, coming to my show. What is my show? It's RoRo After Midnight. Yes, RoRo After Midnight. And I'll see you, John. I'll see you at the Opera House. Peggy, I'll see you in January. Are you in Tosca? No.
No.
Darn it,
Fire's
but
up
I
in
will
my
s-
bones.
But I will see you. Fire shut up in my bones. I will see you in January. Thanks,
Yes.
guys, again. And I'll see you in a bit. All right. Thank you. Say goodbye to everyone. Bye.
Bye to everybody.
Bye. All right. So that was RoRo After Midnight. Man, remember, we are on Mondays through Fridays, 9 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Central, and midnight Eastern. Make sure you follow me on Facebook at www.facebook.com/RoRo the Tenor. And I'm on YouTube channel, Filipino Tenor. Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at RoRo the Tenor. And if you are generous enough, show your support via Venmo at RoRo the Tenor. Please, as always, stay safe, get vaccinated, keep wearing masks whenever possible. By the way, not to mention, I'm wearing this Ram RoRo After Midnight t-shirt, and the back of it is, hey, look at that. It's available. It's like, we'll see. We'll see when it's available. Again, thank you very much for joining me, and we will see you on Monday. Yes. Bye-bye.